Deep inside the silent darkness of the galaxy, an ancient council gathered in a massive hall made of shining black stone. The hall belonged to the Astra Union, a powerful group of alien races who controlled half the galaxy. They were thousands of years old and believed that nothing could surprise them anymore. But today, every member of the council looked afraid. At the center of the room, a glowing hologram showed a small blue planet at the edge of the galaxy. The name of the planet was simple, almost unimportant. Earth. A tall, silver-skinned alien named Vorkal, leader of the Varkan Empire, stood up and pointed at the hologram. His voice was sharp and angry. Look at what we have discovered. This species, the humans, they grow too fast. They adapt too fast. If we do not stop them now, they will become a threat to us all. The other council members whispered among themselves. Some did not believe him. Humans looked weak, small, and unadvanced compared to the great empires of the galaxy. But one alien did not speak. His name was Elder Rotel, the oldest historian in the council. He had seen more wars and disasters than anyone else in the room. Verkal noticed his silence. Rotel, he said, you studied this species for 200 years. Tell us the truth. Are humans dangerous or not? Rotel slowly stood up. His body looked old and tired, but his eyes were full of something very rare among aliens' fear. The truth is simple, he said softly. Humans are different. Very different. Their strength is not in their size, weapons, or technology. Their strength is something deeper. He pressed a button, and new holograms appeared, images of humans facing disasters, wars, storms, and impossible situations. The council watched humans risk their lives to save others. They watched humans rebuild after tragedies. They watched humans fight stronger enemies and still survive. These creatures should not be alive, Rotel said. But they are. And every time they fall, they rise higher. Their minds, their emotions, their unity, these things make them unpredictable. The room became silent. Verkal crossed his arms. Unpredictable is dangerous. Rotel shook his head. Unpredictable means powerful. We must not provoke them. But Verkal was not convinced. He turned to the council and raised his voice. I will not wait for these creatures to grow strong enough to challenge us. I propose we send a spy fleet to study them more closely. The council hesitated, unsure who to support. Rotel warned them again. If you disturb them, even a little, you may awaken something you cannot control. But fear won over wisdom. The council approved the mission. Far away, on the other side of the galaxy, a small Varkan spy fleet quietly entered Earth's solar system. Their ships hid behind moons and asteroids. They watched Earth carefully. They studied every human action. They recorded millions of hours of data. At first, everything looked normal. Humans worked, laughed, fought, cried, and lived their ordinary lives. The spies did not understand why the council feared such a simple species. But on the seventh day, everything changed. One of the scout ships moved too, close to Earth. It was detected by a group of human astronauts on a research mission. The humans approached the alien ship, not with weapons, but with curiosity. They wanted to talk. They wanted to help. This confused the aliens. They expected fear. They expected panic. But the humans only showed questions and kindness. Before the Varkan scout could retreat, something strange happened. A burst of unknown energies surrounded the ship. Navigation systems failed. Engines shut down. And then silence. The Varkan mothership tried to contact them. No answer. They tried again. Nothing. The mothership prepared to leave. But a sudden message came from the lost scout ship. A single voice spoke in pure terror. We were wrong. Humans are something else. They are. The message ended with a scream. The mothership panicked and jumped out of the solar system. They returned to the council immediately. When they reported what happened, chaos filled the hall. Some council members shouted for war. Others demanded peace. Nobody knew what the message meant. Verkal slammed his fist on the table. This is exactly why we must destroy them now. Look at what happened to the scout fleet. Raudal raised his voice for the first time in centuries. You fool. You do not understand. Humans did not destroy your fleet. They simply existed. Something about their nature, their mind, their spirit. It changed your soldiers. It broke their courage. Humans have a power no science can measure. Verkal refused to listen. But deep inside, many council members now felt the same fear Ray Tell had felt for years. The truth could no longer be ignored. Humanity was rising. And the galaxy was not ready. Asterisk. The galaxy did not have time to calm down after the discovery of humanity. Rumors spread like wild flame. Every star system talked about the strange species living on the small blue planet called Earth. Some alien races laughed at the idea that humans were dangerous. Others remembered the broken message from the Varkan scout ship and felt a quiet fear growing inside them. But Earth itself knew nothing about this. Humanity continued living as it always had, curious, restless, and full of energy. That was about to change. High above the planet, inside a hidden research station built by the United Earth Federation, a group of scientists worked on the most risky experiment in human history. They were testing a new engine, something far beyond normal technology. It was called the Ether Drive. The purpose was simple: travel faster than light. But humans did not discover it through ancient alien knowledge or old star maps. They discovered it by making mistakes, trying new things, and refusing to give up. After years of failure, they accidentally created a small tier in space. A doorway. Most scientists were afraid, but humans were humans. They wanted to open it wider. Dr. Rhea Morgan, the lead scientist, looked at the flickering portal with bright eyes. If this works, she whispered, we will step into the galaxy for the first time. Her assistant, Ethan Hala, swallowed nervously. And if it doesn't work? She smiled. Then we try again. That was the thing about humans. They always tried again. The test began. Alarms rang as the ether drive activated. The entire station shook, but the portal grew stronger, brighter, and more stable. Energy readings went beyond all limits. Everyone expected the engine to explode. Instead, something unbelievable happened. The station vanished, not destroyed, not damaged. It simply disappeared from Earth's orbit and reappeared on the far side of the solar system. Humans had created the fastest engine in the galaxy. Scientists celebrated and shouted with joy. But far away, many alien races who were secretly watching Earth went silent. They scanned the station's new position and confirmed the truth. Humanity had achieved faster than light travel. By accident, this terrified the Astra Council. No species in history had moved this fast in technology. No species had learned so much in such a short time. Vorkal, leader of the Varkan Empire, slammed his claws on the council table. This is what I warned you about. Look at them. They learn faster than any known species. Their speed makes them more dangerous than any weapon. But some council members disagreed. A gentle, plant-like alien named Soriel leaned forward. Did you not see their reaction? They did not use this new power for war. Humans celebrated like children. They only want to explore. Rautel nodded. Their curiosity is stronger than their fear. That is why they grow so fast. Verkal hissed. Curiosity becomes conquest. It always does. A decision had to be made. The council voted they would watch humanity, but not interfere. Not yet. Meanwhile, the humans of the research station prepared for a second test. This time, They wanted to go farther, much farther. Dr. Rhea stood in front of her crew with a steady voice. "We are going to leave the solar system today." Ethan stared at her. "You want us to be the first humans to see another star?" "Yes," she said, "and we will see it together." The ether drive hummed like a giant heartbeat. Lights flickered. The portal opened again, and once more, humans stepped forward. The station shot through space, passing planets, crossing darkness, and breaking every limit known to science. For the first time in history, a human-made vessel entered interstellar space. Within minutes, they reached a star system no human had ever seen dot there, floating among the giant rocks of an asteroid belt. They found something strange, a destroyed alien ship. It was old, silent, and covered in scars. Rhea's breath caught in her throat. "We are not alone." The crew approached carefully. Suddenly, a small sphere inside the alien wreckage activated, glowing with blue light. It projected a hologram of a dying alien captain. His voice was weak. "To any species who finds this, run. The Varkan Empire is coming. They destroy everything. Hide before they see you." Asterisk, the hologram faded. The crew fell silent. They had barely entered the galaxy, and already they had found a warning. Back in the Astra Council, panic returned. The Varkans watched the humans travel through space, faster than any ship ever built. Volkal growled, "They must be stopped before they discover us." But Raudal spoke firmly. "They have already discovered a Varkan message. They know something is coming." The oldest historian turned to the council with serious eyes. "You must understand something. Humans will not hide. Humans will not run. When they see danger, they face it. If the Varkan Empire attacks them, humans will answer." Verkal's expression darkened. "Then let them answer. We will crush them before they rise." But even he felt something strange in his chest, something he never felt before Kalon Doubtdot, because the more humanity stepped into the galaxy, the more the galaxy changed. The more humans learned, the more powerful they became. And now, every alien race had to face a new truth. Humanity was no longer a small species on a small planet. Humanity was coming. Asterisk, the news of humanity's first interstellar jump spread across the galaxy like thunder. Many alien races were amazed. Some were curious. But one empire felt something very different. Fear. The Varkan Empire, the most violent power in the Astra Union, had ruled untouched for thousands of years. They believed no young species could ever compete with them. But the humans were proving something dangerous. They were learning too fast. Verkal, the Varkan Emperor, stood inside his war chamber, staring at a hologram of Earth. His yellow eyes burned with anger. They create impossible engines. They explore unknown systems. They discover our old secrets, he growled. If they keep rising like this, one day they will stand equal to us. His generals shifted nervously. One of them spoke, "My emperor." The humans do not show aggression. They seem peaceful. They do not attack anyone. Vershal slammed his fist on the metal table. The sound echoed like thunder. That is exactly why they are dangerous. Peaceful minds become powerful minds, and powerful minds become rulers. He turned toward a giant window where the Varkan fleet floated like dark metal beasts. "Prepare a test," he said. "I want to see how humanity reacts when something innocent is attacked." The generals froze. Everyone knew what that meant. Urkal wanted war. Far away, in a quiet star system, lived a small alien species called the Lirin, gentle, peaceful, and weak. They owned only one colony. Their world was filled with forests, streams, and flying crystal birds. They had never harmed anyone, but that made them the perfect target. One morning, without warning, the sky above the Lyron colony turned black as the Varkan fleet arrived. Giant triangular warships blocked the sunlight. Their engines screamed like angry storms. Lyran families ran into their homes. Children cried. The ground shook. Then a Varkan commander spoke through loudspeakers. By order of Emperor Verkal, this colony is now under Varkan control. Surrender or be destroyed. The Lyran had no weapons. No army. No chance. Their leader begged, "Please, we are peaceful. We do not want trouble." The Varkan commander lifted his hand. Fire. Explosions ripped through the colony. Buildings shattered. The ground split. The Lyran screamed as fire rained from the sky. But before the destruction could finish, something unexpected happened. A bright signal burst through space. A distress call sent to every nearby star system. And one group heard it. Humans. A human exploration fleet was only 4 hours away. Their captain, Adrian Cole, received the distress message. His crew gathered around the glowing screen, watching the burning colony. Ethan, a young navigator, whispered, "Sir, those people will all die." The human crew stared at their captain. They knew what he was thinking. The Varkan Empire was one of the strongest forces in the galaxy. Facing them meant death. But Captain Cole did not hesitate. Change course. Full speed. We help them. Ethan blinked. "Sir, our ships are too small. Their fleet is huge. We are humans," Cole said quietly. "We do not run from people who need help." And with those words, the fleet jumped into ether drive. When they arrived, the Varkan ships were still burning the colony. Captain Cole opened a communication channel. "This is Captain Adrian Cole of the United Earth Fleet," he said firmly. "Stop your attack. Now." The Varkan commander laughed. "Humans? Only 5 of your small ships? You are children playing in the dark." Cole replied, "Maybe, but we don't leave innocent people to die." The Varkan commander turned to his officers. "Destroy them." The battle began instantly. Human ships were smaller, lighter, and weaker. But they were fast. Very fast. The ether drive allowed them to make sudden jumps, vanishing and reappearing behind the enemy. Human pilots moved like they were dancing between fire. The Varkans fired heavy plasma cannons. Humans dodged. The Varkans deployed missile drones. Humans hacked them mid-flight. For the first time in decades, a Varkan commander felt something strange. They were losing. Captain Cole ordered, "Protect the colony. Block the shots." Human ships flew in front of the Lyran settlement, taking hits that shook their metal frames. Several human ships were damaged, but they stayed. The Varkan commander shouted, "Why do you die for a species that is not yours?" Cole answered, "Because they're alive." "That's enough." Then, using a desperate maneuver, humans overloaded their engines and created a shockwave that disabled the Varkan flagship shields. Their weapons went offline. The Varkan fleet retreated. Not because they were defeated, but because they were humiliated. A small group of humans new to the galaxy had stood against one of the strongest empires and survived. Back in the Astra Council, every member watched the battle recording in silence. Rottel whispered, "Do you see it? Their power is not their ships, not their weapons. Their power is inside them." Soriel nodded. Humans risked their lives for strangers. Verschul's face twisted with hate. "This is only the beginning," he said. "If humans continue to act like this, the galaxy will follow them." He swore a dark oath. "I will destroy them before that happens." The threat had awakened. And humanity had just stepped into its first real war. Asterisk. The galaxy did not sleep after the battle at the Lyran colony. Every starport, every outpost, every trading ship whispered the same line. Humans stood against the Varkans. and lived. For the smaller alien races, this news was hope. For the Varkan Empire, it was an insult. For the Astra Council, it was a warning. But something even bigger was about to be discovered. Something hidden for thousands of years. Something that would change everything the galaxy believed about humans. Inside the great archive of the Astra Council, Elder Ra Tal walked through endless shelves of glowing crystal tablets. His heart was heavy. The battle had confirmed his fear. Humanity was rising too fast, but the old historian was not afraid of humans. He was afraid of the truth behind them. He reached a locked chamber deep underground. Only 2 people in the galaxy had permission to enter, him and the first speaker of the Astra Council. Ra Tal placed his hand on the ancient door. It slid open with a slow hiss. Inside, the air was cold. A massive tablet floated in the center, covered in symbols older than any known civilization. The prophecy tablet. Ra Tal activated it. A soft blue light filled the room, and words appeared across the surface. A species will rise at the galaxy's edge, fragile in form, yet unbroken in spirit. They will suffer great storms, but survive them all. Their heart will shake empires. Their mind will break limits. Their unity will bring the dawn of a new age. The prophecy continued. When darkness rises, they will become the shield. When tyrants awaken, they will become the fire. Ra Tal whispered to himself, humans. It is them. It has always been them. He pressed his forehead against the tablet. The truth could no longer be hidden. Asterisk across the galaxy, the Varkan Emperor Verkal received a secret report. It came from one of his spies inside the Astra Council. At first, Verkal ignored it. He hated old stories. But when he saw the prophecy image, the drawings of a 2-armed, 2-legged figure standing among alien stars, his eyes widened. This is a human, he whispered. The prophecy scared him. He could lose his empire. He could lose control of the galaxy. He could lose everything he ruled. Verkal rose from his throne with trembling anger. If the prophecy says humans will unite the galaxy, he growled, then I will make sure they never get the chance. He summoned his generals. Prepare the largest invasion force in Varkan history. We attack their homeworld. We crush Earth. His generals looked terrified. My emperor, the humans are insects. Verkal roared. We will end them before they grow. But deep inside, even he did not believe that the humans were not insects. They were something worse. They were unpredictable. Meanwhile, in the United Earth Fleet headquarters, Captain Adrian Cole stood in front of a giant hollow map. It displayed hundreds of alien signals, new friends, new threats, new mysteries. Beside him, Dr. Rhea Morgan studied the wreckage they found during their first jump. This message we recovered? The dying alien captain, she said. He was warning us. Cole nodded. The Varkans are planning something bigger. Bigger than destroying the Lyran colony? She asked quietly. Yes, he replied. They want Earth. Ethan Hawley entered the room holding a new report. His hands shook. Captain, you need to see this. The screen displayed long-range scans showing a massive shape approaching the outer edge of the solar system. Rhea's voice trembled. Is that a fleet? Not just a fleet, Ethan whispered. It's an armada. Dozens of enormous Varkan warships moved through space like a sea of shadows. Their engines glowed red. Their weapons charged. The humans stared in silence. The war had not just begun. It was coming home. In the Astra Council chamber, Ra Tal stood before all members. He revealed the prophecy. He revealed everything. The council erupted in outrage. Why was this hidden? Humans are the chosen species? Impossible. Can they really change the galaxy? Ra-Tal raised his trembling voice. Whether you want to believe it or not, humanity fits every line of the prophecy. They are the ones who will stand against the darkness. They are the ones who will unite us. Verkal's ambassador growled, humans will bring chaos. Ra-Tal shook his head. No, they will bring balance. They will bring hope. His voice softened. And now, the darkness is rising. The Varkan Armada is moving toward Earth. Gasps filled the room. A decision had to be made. Would the Council help humanity? Or would they watch the Varkan Empire crush the only species who had ever shown true courage? Ra-Tal looked at them all and spoke the last line of the prophecy. When the final storm arrives, only humanity will stand tall. The chamber fell silent, because somewhere deep inside, every member of the Council knew it was true, and now the storm was here. Asterisk. The stars above Earth had never looked so dark. Dozens of Varkan warships appeared at the edge of the solar system, their red engines burning like angry suns. They moved slowly, confidently, like predators closing in on a wounded animal. Verkal's Armada had arrived, and the target was simple. Earth. In the United Earth Fleet headquarters. Alarms screamed through every hall. Soldiers ran to their stations. Engineers rushed to prepare defense systems. Families hid in underground shelters. A message echoed across every city. All units to battle stations. Earth is under attack. Captain Adrian Cole stood on the command deck of the U's Horizon, staring at the giant hologram showing the incoming fleet. His chest felt tight, but his voice stayed steady. Today, we fight for our world, he said. We don't run. We don't surrender. Not now. Not ever. His crew nodded. Fear filled their eyes, but so did determination, because humans were always strongest when they had something to protect in space. The Varkan Armada formed a burning red wall. At the center of it, Emperor Verkal sat on his throne, smiling in triumph. Look at them, he said. Their ships are small. Their numbers are weak. Their planet is defenseless. A general bowed. Shall we begin the bombardment? Verkal raised a claw. No. First, let them see their future. Send a message. A transmission flashed across Earth's satellites. Verkal's face appeared on every screen, every city, every home. Humans, he roared. Your time is over. Your rise ends today. Silence filled Earth. And Captain Cole answered with one sentence. You have no idea who we really are. Verkal laughed. Then show me. The battle began with a flash of light. Human ships launched forward like arrows. The ether drive allowed them to jump, twist, vanish, and reappear in positions no alien could predict. Laser fire and plasma beams filled space like a storm of lightning. The Varkans were stronger. The humans were smarter. Human pilots used every trick, sudden turns, split-second jumps, engine overload maneuvers. They were fighting a giant with nothing but speed and courage. For every human ship destroyed, 2 more took its place. And something strange happened. Alien races started joining them. First came the Lyran, the peaceful species humans had saved. Their tiny silver ships appeared beside the human fleet. For Earth, their leader cried. Then came a fleet of Sorial healers, turning their medical ships into rescue carriers. Then traders, explorers, refugees, small colonies, all the species humanity had helped, even when they didn't have to. The sky around Earth filled with allies. Together, they formed a shield. Verkal watched in disbelief. Why did they fight for humans? Why risk their lives for a species not their own? His general spoke softly. Because humans fought for them first. Down on Earth, Dr. Rhea Morgan stood inside a planetary defense center, wiring the ether drive technology into the planet's shield generators. Ethan ran to her. Rhea, If this fails, she looked up with a tired smile. Then humanity tries again. We always try again. The shields activated. A giant blue bubble wrapped around the entire planet. When the Varkan flagship fired its superweapon, expecting Earth to fall in seconds, the beam hit the shield and scattered. Like sparks on water, the whole galaxy saw it. Earth stood, firm, but the battle was far from over. Verkal ordered all ships to attack at once. Sky turned into fire. Human ships shook under the pressure. Allies struggled to hold their positions. Explosions lit the darkness like dying stars. At one moment, the human front line collapsed. Verkal laughed and prepared the final strike until a new voice echoed across every ship in the Alliance. Eldorado. He stood in the Astra Council chamber, broadcasting a message to everyone. People of the galaxy, he said, this is the moment the prophecy spoke of. Humanity is the force that rises when darkness comes. They are the fire. They are the shield. They are the hope. Then he said the line that changed the battle. Fight beside them, and the galaxy will live. Every neutral species heard those words, and they came. Small fleets, hidden fleets, old fleets, even forgotten civilizations. They jumped into the battlefield in waves. The Varkan Armada was no longer facing humans. They were facing the entire galaxy. Verkal roared in madness. I will not be defeated by insects. Captain Cole locked onto the Varkan flagship. Humanity is many things, he said, but we are not insects. The human fleet and its allies focused all firepower on Vorkal's throne ship. Shields cracked. Engines burst. The giant vessel shook under the weight of the entire galaxies. Rage, Verkal stood from his throne and screamed, and the flagship exploded in a blaze of white. Fire. Silence washed over the battlefield. Varkan fleet broke formation and fled into deep space, leaderless, defeated, shattered. Humanity had won. Earth had survived, and the prophecy was fulfilled. When news spread across the galaxy, something remarkable happened. Alien children painted human heroes on their walls. Old civilizations sent gifts and messages of thanks. Worlds once divided joined under a single banner. The Galactic Union of Worlds was born. And at its center stood humanity, not as conquerors, not as rulers, but as protectors, explorers, and guides. Elder Rautel, watching the new era unfold, whispered, in the vast universe, the greatest force was never technology, or armies, or empires. It was humanity. And for the first time in history, the galaxy agreed.